Alright guys, welcome to my channel. This is your boy Toby. How are day? Alright, just in case it's the first time you're meeting me or you're seeing this channel, you might just want to give us a thumbs up, comment, and then share this video into any platform you think is necessary. Alright, in today's update, I have one very major update, okay, that concerns the events that has been happening in Biafran land and that of the Sioux country. And then also, okay, updates on the event that will be coming up on the 2nd of December. And I want you guys to please pay attention to what Simon Ekpa into the conversations. And please don't forget to share and subscribe. All right, watch the video now. Watch the video.
Biafra Republic Government in Exile. He's a... Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the Prime Minister of the Biafra Republic Government in Exile, His Excellency Ekpa Simon Njako. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I welcome you all today and thanks for inviting me. As you all know, we are now in the phase of progress, in the phase of action, in the phase of achievement, in the phase of what we have to do to continue the legitimization of Nigeria within Biafra territory. Today, the chain that has held Biafra for many decades is broken. Few days, we have seen the upsurge of the Nigerian terrorists, military, and all their prostatals, accomplices in the killings of Biafra. They were all crying, and the cry is just starting. The killing of Biafrans at will by the Nigerian terrorist state is no longer something they will do and go free. Biafran, killing of any Biafran come with a price, big price, and they are paying it. I want everybody to understand that for the very first time in the history of Biafra, you see what is going on. There has never been any time in the history of Biafra agitation, liberation, that you see what is happening today happening. Because you can't continue to do the same thing and expect results. And because before you fight a country like Nigeria to protect your people, you must be able to study what Nigeria is all about. That is why in the medical field, when you go to hospital, you go to doctor, they will first of all conduct some kind of test to know what is your problem. Carry you in the hospital and say, oh, what is your problem? You're having a headache. Okay, come and take this. Or you have a temperature. Come, let us give you a drug. No, that's a quack doctor. That's what they do in Africa. That's why many Africa can never progress until Biafra is restored and the beginning of civilization will start. So you have to identify the root cause of a problem before you can now know how to solve it. And that's what the Biafra Republic government in Ezra have done. And that's what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu saw in many of us. He knows that the people that surrounded him were a bunch of criminals, bunch of idiots, who doesn't know their left from their right. And then he began to shout for 100 men. So first, we studied Nigeria, the complicity of Nigeria, and how to break Nigeria. And believe me, I have not even unleashed the biggest secret. Many of you who followed after when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was kidnapped, you all remember the day I said a prayer for God to give us 1,000 men wisdom to face the challenges ahead of us. Believe me, from the beginning till now, we have always been spiritual. And before anything, 1,000 men. And we are just using only 5. We have not gotten to where we can even use 100, not to talk of 500. Today, they are listing the names of people who, according to them, is the problem of Nigeria. And you see, the Prime Minister of Biafra is one of the people they claim are the problem of Nigeria. Rather, Prime Minister Simon Ekpa came to rescue Biafra from the Nigeria problem, which Nigeria and British created. Today, they look for who to blame. They want criminals and terrorists from Sahel, all the way from Central Africa, to rig election and remove Jonathan from power. They came, these terrorists came, and they were not compensated. And then after that, the people who brought them from northern Nigeria decided to use them for the Islamic agenda. And today, Islamic agenda is in a very high speed. They look around to who they are going to blame, and they are blaming Biafra. Biafra is not the reason 200 people were killed on Christmas Day in Jos, Plateau State. Biafra is not the reason why many women and children have been slaughtered, thousands of them from January to 24th day of March 2024. In the northern Nigeria. Biafra is not the reason why Yoruba chiefs and Obas are being slaughtered in their homes by the Islamic terrorists sponsored by the Nigeria state. Biafra is not the reason why many people cannot go to their villages in the northeast, northwest, north central, southwest, and even in the southeast. But you see, all these problems they created was the problem that gave birth to Simon Ekpa today. Because I said at a point, enough is enough. I cannot continue to watch my people being killed, butchered, and their head chopped off by the terrorist sponsored by Nigeria state. The one that break the camel back is a story that I would like to share to people of Greece today. In 2021, after the kidnap of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, or in 2020 before he was kidnapped also, terrorists attacked my village, slaughtered people that I know, slaughtered women and men that I know, cut off their head. And these people, I know their family, I know their children, and I watched this video. One of the survivor of this attack is still alive today. He saw Nigeria Army as part of those who came for that attack. From that day, the anger I have for Nigeria multiplied. One of the victims of this killing by the Nigeria Army in conjunction with the Fulani today reside in Libya. He is probably watching this program. His father was butchered, head cut off. These particular killings, I documented it very well. I sent it to the president of Finland. I sent it to Brussels during the time so-called Alan White was still doing lobbying with the IPOB name. We compiled those things, sent to the United Nations, sent to everywhere. Nobody has been held responsible today. The next thing was the journalist that reported this killing was banned from entering Ebonyi State Government House to report about it because they reported about it. So some of you may remember when Omahe banned journalists from entering Ebonyi Government House. One of those journalists, his mother head was cut off. This is the first time I am sharing some secret. But today, from 2021 to this date, as you can see, nobody has been arrested because nobody will be arrested. I decided that in addition to all the killings of Biafrans, from Aba to the invasion of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's house, killing over 28, according to people, they say there were people that were killed at numbers 100. They say it was 28 people that was killed in Oyendu's house. Coupled to Mpo massacre, this is a direct killing by the Nigeria state, not suspected terrorists or suspected headers. And I pray to God to give me opportunity to defend my people. That opportunity is here. And I am defending Biafra with brutality. Very brutal. Nobody will kill Biafra again and live to tell the story. That's why anywhere they are in Biafra land, we will hunt them down. It is the best self-defense. In addition to that, the independent state of Biafra will follow it with diplomacy, political solution, and of course, the defense comes with the guerrilla warfare. We are not backing down. You kill us, we kill you back. They have declared that secessionists are wanted. They call me secessionist. Well, you can declare me wanted. We have also declared you wanted. And any place you see these people that are killing our people from Hopus or Dema, arrest them in Biafra land. Any place you see them. Any day Tinubu will enter Biafra land, make sure he doesn't go back. We'll arrest him. Arrest him. The same thing goes to Shetima. From this day, the target of the Biafra Defense Forces is to make sure that those sponsoring the killing of Biafras will not be allowed to enter our territory. We must not give them a British space. We must not allow them to come to our land and kill and go. The time of that particular issue is over. We will fight them tooth to tooth. We will fight them iron to iron. We will fight them gun to gun. We will defend our land to the last drop of our people. And they are running mad because somebody actually stood up to say enough is enough. For this to happen, we must understand that the enemy has planted disagreement, disunity, fighting, and all that within the Biafra people. It is normal. It doesn't move me. It doesn't move anybody who understands what the government oppressors can do in order to weaken the collectiveness and the power of the people of the victim. And that they have done very well. Today, you see people who were fighting for Biafra many years ago. All of a sudden, they are not telling you that Nigeria, they are not telling you. And I want to make it very clear. Nobody owns Biafra. Nobody owns Biafra. Biafra is owned by everyone who believes in Biafra. Nobody have the monopoly to restore Biafra. The only thing is that God has ordained some people while giving birth to them from the beginning that they are going to be the one that God will use to restore Biafra. And today, we are here. That's exactly what we're doing. There is no threat that will move us. Our freedom is guaranteed. Guaranteed by the laws, international laws, the United Nations treaties, African Union Charter, and what have you. I am promising you today, in a matter of days, we will start the legal process for Nigeria for reparation to Biafra government. That particular reparation will start a few days to come, and the information will be public. We will fight Nigeria from all corners. We will fight them legally. As this particular declaration is approaching, we will make Nigeria very, very uncomfortable. It is going to be the only target we have is to make sure that Nigeria is uncomfortable on the declaration of Biafra. So we are going to fight them from African Union to the UN to any other entity that Nigeria is part of. The process, the next step of this Biafra liberation is the application for reparation. Thank you, everyone.
We take you on the progress so far of the Biafra liberation. This is the Biafra liberation briefing, where I've come this evening to update Biafrans on the progress we have made so far. I welcome you, ladies and gentlemen of the press, those of you who have seated on your various platforms to listen to this particular briefing this evening. I welcome you, lovers of freedom, friends of Biafrans all over the world, those of you watching from the Biafra different media platform, the Voice of Biafra, 97.5 FM in Biafra land, those of you listening to different and various YouTube channels and other social media platforms run by the Biafra Republic government in exile. I welcome all of you this evening. First of all, I would like to thank Biafra people for the progress we have made so far because of their resilience, their support, and the courage they have displayed so far. Without wasting any of your time, as we have waited for the past 30 minutes to start this particular briefing, I want to inform you today, Biafra people, that we have been able to have the state-by-state structure of the Biafra de facto government of the United States of Biafra. First of all, before going forward in bringing this particular update today, I would like to play a very significant video that many of you may have watched in the past.
In the southeast of the country, we're seeing the Indigenous Peoples Organization of Biafra, IPOB. They are protesting peacefully for the most part on a regular basis. And there has been video, I could show you some video that's been posted of a very...
No, thank you.
These are the images the president didn't want to see. They're on the internet and we can't verify exactly what they show, but it appears as though security forces were shooting at unarmed protesters in the southeastern state of Abia. This is footage I can't personally verify.
I want you to listen to that particular statement. Security agencies, which is known as Boko Haram, that were disguising as security agencies in Nigeria, has been killing Biafrans for ages. This is one of the examples and one of the reasons we are armed today. And of course, as usual, during this time, the Biafra people were without arms. And the president, as you can hear him, he doesn't care. He doesn't want to watch the image. And that is number one point I would like you to listen to and get from this point, because this particular briefing today is going to touch a lot on the security, the Biafra forces, the Biafra resistance fighters, the Biafra Liberation Army, and at the same time to the state structure that we are creating today. So let us continue.
but it looks as though the security forces have gone in very heavy-handedly shooting, and there were reported to be 7 deaths. I'm wondering, how are you planning to deal with this issue of Biafra? You, of course, have first-hand experience.
Fought a 30-month civil war. At least 2 million Nigerians were killed. And for somebody to wake up, maybe he wasn't born when there was a fighting in Biafra and said he wants Biafra again. We have multi-party democracy system now. Let them organize themselves and vote for to have a state within a state. But to try and interfere with movement of troops, with economy, looking for Biafra, after losing 2 million people, I think they are joking with Nigeria's security, and Nigeria will not tolerate it.
All right. The second point I would like to bring to your attention this evening is what this man said. He said, "Let them organize themselves and vote for a state within a state," and that they are trying to interfere in the Nigeria affair. That Nigeria is not going to tolerate it. Anyway, unfortunately for them and him, we are now organizing ourselves. We now have a state within a state. And that's exactly what I have come to explain to Biafrans today for those who have been misled into supporting Nigeria Pressure Group. I want you to listen to what I'm about to do this evening, because as of today, we have been able to organize ourselves. We have been able to have a state within a state as of today, until we have the declaration after the self-referendum, which is going to take place very soon. So this is exactly what many of you do not know, and probably he did not understand when he said all those things. Now, I do not need to go and start playing these videos because many of you have watched it. However, I want to inform you this evening that the process and the step-by-step to the liberation of Biafra from Nigeria. One is that for decades, for some of you who have realized from the beginning, immediately Mazen Amdekano was kidnapped, that the people following him were criminals. And you realize it immediately, you jump the face to the autopilot. Then, you are very, very smart to have done that. And I give every credit to you, all of you, because it means that you saw tomorrow. It means that you are a visionary person. And today you can be very proud that the decision you took in 2021 was indeed a very right decision to support me, to support whoever that was with me then until today.